Hi, Santiago here. Let's learn how to model our first cube in Grasshopper while we learn the foundations of Grasshopper. Let's do this. Okay, first of all, we need to understand that Grasshopper is based on the units you set on Rhino. So we go to the configuration of Rhino, go to units, put the model units in meters because we're working for architecture, and then we adjust the tolerance for 0.001. You click on OK, and I recommend you always to save your file, always. So first of all, let's model our first cube based on a geometry. We're going to place a unit X component. You can click just in X, and it will appear unit X. And then a number slider. The number slider is a useful tool, but you need to always have in count the type of number you're going to use. When searching for a component, if you type 0 minor to 10, it's going to make a number slider with integer numbers, 0 to 10. But if you change to 0 minor to 10.00, it's going to give you a floating number slider, and it will help you in a lot of data for architecture. Let's connect this number slider to the unit X. Then add a component unit Y, add another number slider. I can type it or just copy paste it with Ctrl C, Ctrl V. And then we add a component rectangle, this one. You can find another one, but this one is the one that we're going to use. Then we connect the two domains with our corresponding inputs in rectangle. Here we can see that we have the base of our rectangle modeled in Rhino, traced in Rhino. Then we place unit C and another number slider. You can copy paste it. We place the extrude component. We connect the output of the rectangle to the input of the base and the output of the unit vector C to the direction. And we can see that we have already our first cube modeled. The last thing that we have is that the box is empty. It doesn't have an upper and a bottom cap. So here we just type cap holes, and then we connect the output with the input, and we have our first cube modeled by Grasshopper. If you want to hide the information that you have in Grasshopper that is being shown in Rhino, you just click on the component, right click over it, and click on preview, or just click on the component and press Ctrl Q. We have hide all the information that Grasshopper is giving us. We can model our first cube with a direct primitive. We start the component box 2 points. Then we place a vector XYZ, and we copy paste and put another one. Then we put 3 number sliders, copy paste, and then we connect them to the inputs of one of the vector XYZ. Now we are going to connect this vector XYZ to the point A, point B. If you rationalize this process, you are trying to localize two simple points in a Cartesian plane, and with these 2 points, tell to Grasshopper to construct a cube. Let's connect them without configuring anything. You can see that it's activated, but it isn't showing anything. That's because we cannot construct a box if we have the elements in the same position. Why? Because all this information, if you place the cursor over each one of the inputs, you will see the value is 0. We can start to modify it and see how we are constructing our cube. And you can modify as you please. Now we're going to export our STL. You need to bake the box. What is bake? Understand that in Grasshopper, the elements created are just virtual, the result of a process that can change at any moment. I'm changing this thing constantly. When you bake them, they are no longer parametric, they are just physical results. Think of it as if you were a baker. When they are in Grasshopper, they are a mass. It can change by modifying the recipe. When you bake it, you have a final baked bread. You cannot modify it anymore. You just have a baked bread as it went. Grasshopper works in a linear flow from left to right. Data goes from start to an end through components. Python, by the other hand, works in cycles. You can create loops that repeat instructions until conditions are met. So you right click over your final component, click on bake, and we click in OK. Then you will see that the element appears as a solid, as a surface. In Rhino, you click over it, then click on export, name it, select a type that we will use STL, stereolithography. Then we check the tolerance. This is okay. I'm clicking OK, and this OK too. So that was it. We have learned how to model our first cube in Grasshopper. I will see you in the next video.